Seniors, what if I told you that just 1 cup of beet juice in the morning could quietly trigger a chain reaction inside your body? A reaction so powerful that many researchers now call it the closest thing to a natural switch for aging muscles, circulation, and stamina. Most people over 60 have no idea how dramatically this simple habit can transform the way their body functions. And even fewer understand why something as ordinary as beets can create such noticeable changes in energy, strength, and even recovery. But here's the surprising part. These changes don't happen because beets are healthy. They happen because beets do something far deeper in your bloodstream. Something that directly affects your heart, your muscles, and even the oxygen reaching your brain. Before we dive into the details, let me ask you something. Have you ever stood up too fast and felt lightheaded? Do your legs sometimes feel heavier in the morning than they used to? Do you get tired faster than before, even after a full night's sleep? Most seniors think this is just old age. But what if I told you much of this comes from one silent problem, poor circulation, and that beet juice contains natural compounds that can help reverse this decline? In this video, we're going to explore exactly what happens inside your body after just 1 cup of morning beet juice, why doctors are paying special attention to older adults who drink it, and why so many people over 60 notice improvements in stamina, strength, and daily movement in just a few weeks. But before we move ahead, do me one small favor. If you're watching this because you truly care about staying strong, active, and independent as you age, let me know by typing yes in the comments. It helps me understand how many people are still committed to living with energy and dignity after 60. Now, let's start with the first major effect beet juice has on the body. An effect so dramatic that athletes have been using it for years, even though many seniors don't know they can benefit from it even more. Beet juice is packed with something called dietary nitrates. Inside your body, these nitrates transform into nitric oxide, a molecule your blood vessels rely on to stay open, flexible, and able to deliver oxygen efficiently. Think of nitric oxide as a relaxation signal for your arteries. When it rises, your blood flows more freely. Your muscles receive more oxygen. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard, and your body begins operating the way it used to decades ago. This alone is enough to create noticeable changes in how you feel, but this is only one of the 6 powerful effects we're going to break down today. Now that we've opened the door, let's go deeper. Now that you understand the powerful role nitric oxide plays inside your body, let's talk about the second major effect of drinking just 1 cup of beet juice in the morning, an effect most seniors feel but never connect to their circulation. I'm talking about muscle endurance. You see, after 60, your muscles naturally receive less oxygen than they used to. This is why activities that once felt easy, like climbing stairs, walking long distances, or carrying groceries, start feeling harder. Your muscles aren't weak. They're undersupplied. Imagine trying to run a fan on low voltage. The fan isn't broken. It's simply not getting the power it needs. That's what happens inside aging muscles. But here's the remarkable part. When your body converts the nitrates in beet juice into nitric oxide, you're essentially turning the voltage back up. Your muscles suddenly receive more oxygen, more nutrients, and more energy. This is why so many older adults who start drinking beet juice report things like, "My legs don't burn as quickly. I can walk longer without stopping. I don't feel as tired during the day. My stairs don't feel like a mountain anymore." They didn't get younger, but their muscles got a better supply system. And here's something even more interesting. Studies show that older adults often see stronger effects from beet juice than younger people. That's because seniors usually have lower baseline nitric oxide levels, which means the boost feels much more noticeable. But there's another hidden secret. Beet juice doesn't just help your muscles during activity. It also helps them recover faster. As you age, your recovery time slows down. Simple tasks can leave your legs feeling tight, stiff, or heavy for hours. But when your circulation improves, your muscles clear waste products faster, especially lactic acid, which is what makes muscles feel sore or fatigued. So, when you drink beet juice in the morning, you're not just preparing your body for movement, you're helping it bounce back afterward. It's like your muscles finally get the support team they've been missing. Now, if you think this is impressive, wait until you hear how beet juice affects your brain, especially after 60. Most people don't realize this, but the brain is one of the biggest beneficiaries of the nitric oxide boost. If you think beet juice only helps your muscles and energy, wait until you see what it does to the aging brain. This next benefit is one of the biggest reasons experts recommend beets to older adults, yet almost no one talks about it. After the age of 60, your brain's blood flow naturally begins to decrease. The subtle at first, forgetting names, misplacing items, taking a moment longer to process things. These changes are common, but they are not something you must accept, because most of these slowdowns are linked to one thing: reduced oxygen delivery to the brain. Your brain is only 2% of your body weight, but it uses 20% of your oxygen supply. It's an oxygen-hungry organ, and when circulation weakens, the effects show up quickly. This is where that morning cup of beet juice becomes a game-changer. Remember how nitrates convert into nitric oxide? Well, your brain loves nitric oxide. It widens the tiny blood vessels that feed your memory centers, especially the frontal lobe, the part responsible for decision-making, attention, and mental clarity. In fact, research shows that older adults who consume beet juice have improved blood flow to the frontal lobe, similar to levels seen in much younger brains. That's why seniors who drink beet juice often report things like, "My mind feels clearer. I don't feel as foggy in the mornings. I can focus longer. I feel sharper and more alert." These are signs of a brain that is being properly fueled again. There's also something else, something many older adults notice but rarely talk about: mood. Low circulation can make you feel sluggish, unmotivated, or even down. When your brain gets better oxygen, you naturally feel more energized and emotionally steady. This doesn't replace medical care, of course, but improved blood flow can make a noticeable difference. And here's the beautiful part: the effect begins within hours of drinking beet juice. You're not waiting weeks or months. Your brain literally gets a wake-up call that same morning. But we're still not done, because beet juice has another benefit that seniors are often most grateful for: its ability to support heart health naturally and gently. Now let's move into one of the most important effects beet juice has on the body after 60, an effect that directly influences longevity, daily strength, and overall independence. I'm talking about its powerful impact on your heart, liver, and inflammation levels. Let's start with the heart. As you age, your arteries slowly lose flexibility. They stiffen, they narrow, and they force your heart to work harder every single day. Most seniors don't feel this happening. There's no pain, no warning sign, just a steady decline in endurance, energy, and overall vitality. But here's where beet juice quietly steps in. When nitric oxide levels rise, your blood vessels relax, and this relaxation lowers the pressure inside them. That means your heart doesn't have to squeeze as forcefully to push blood through your system. This gentle reduction in workload can make a noticeable difference in how you feel throughout the day. It's not unusual for seniors who drink beet juice regularly to say things like, "My heart doesn't race as easily. I feel calmer during activity. My breathing feels smoother." These aren't miracles. These are signs of a heart that's finally getting support instead of strain. Now let's talk about your liver, the silent worker of your body. After 60, the liver becomes slower at filtering toxins, processing fats, and managing inflammation. When your liver isn't functioning at full strength, you might notice bloating, sluggishness, uncomfortable digestion, or just a general lack of energy. Beets contain natural compounds called betaines and antioxidants, which support the liver by helping it break down toxins more efficiently. Think of beet juice as giving your liver a set of fresh tools that make daily cleanup easier. This is why many older adults say their digestion feels lighter, their stomach feels calmer, or their daily energy improves after adding beets to their routine. And then there's inflammation, one of the biggest hidden problems affecting people after 60. Chronic inflammation is behind stiff joints, aching muscles, slower movement, and even brain fog. The pigments that give beets their deep red color, called betalains, have strong anti-inflammatory properties. They help calm down the silent irritation that builds up inside the body over time. When inflammation lowers, seniors often report less stiffness in the morning, better mobility, and a more comfortable range of motion. But remember, we're only scratching the surface of what this morning habit can do. In the next section, we're going to look at how beet juice affects weight management, gut health, and immunity, 3 areas that become more important than ever after 60. And finally, once you turn 80, something incredible happens. Your wisdom becomes your greatest asset, bigger than money, bigger than strength, bigger than anything you owned in your youth. At 80, you've seen enough life to understand what actually matters. Genuine relationships, health over hustle, peace over drama, time over possessions, gratitude over complaints. The younger generations don't realize this yet, but you do. And whether you like it or not, people around you start looking to you for guidance. Your words carry weight. Your silence carries meaning. You become the historian of your family, the person who remembers where the family came from, the lessons learned, the traditions worth passing on. Your presence becomes a blessing, not just a routine. An 80-year-old who shares wisdom spreads a kind of calm that no book, no video, no expert can replace. And here's the best part. This wisdom, your lived experience, is exactly what keeps you mentally alive, emotionally rich, and spiritually grounded. So don't underestimate your value. At 80, you're not old. You're experienced, seasoned, enlightened, a lifetime of victories and mistakes, transformed into guidance that can change someone's future. Final core message before the outro. And finally, there's one more thing that happens after you turn 80, and this one is powerful. You realize, deep in your heart, that time is the most valuable thing you have ever owned. Not money, not status, not achievements. Time. At 80, every sunrise feels a little more meaningful. Every conversation feels richer. Every small moment, a cup of tea, a walk outside, a call from family, feels like a gift, not a routine. You stop rushing. You stop chasing. You stop worrying about the things that once stole your peace. Instead, you start choosing people who make you feel loved, activities that give you joy, conversations that matter, days that feel full, not busy, moments that bring peace, not pressure. And whether you like it or not, this shift changes everything around you. Your calmness soothes people. Your presence slows the room. Your gratitude inspires others to rethink their own lives. Because at 80, you finally understand. Life isn't about how long you lived. It's about how deeply you appreciated the time you had. And that realization, it's the quiet wisdom that turns your final chapters into your most beautiful ones. Don't forget to subscribe for more senior health tips and timeless life advice.